Yeah. I thought that was very interesting what you were saying about post-traumatic stress. So tell us what happened to you and then your experience afterwards.
I'm Janet Chapman. I contracted Miller Fisher in the year 2000 after a visit to China where I had polio injection. I had also had a chest infection. I had also recovered from mastectomy in 1998. I was admitted to the Royal Free Hospital and cared for in the neurosurgical unit there. I was blind and, of course, unable to speak. I subsequently made a recovery after some weeks in hospital, and I am now, 10 years down the road, still left with fatigue, some lack of coordination and some speech problems. But at the time, and I didn't appreciate this, I started to have nightmares, and they only receded last year, and I hope that I have recovered from them. They took the form constantly of a bad dream awaking me about 2 o'clock, and I was told this was post-traumatic stress syndrome. And I realised it had been triggered by, I was unable to express myself, and I hadn't known this. And I thought I'd asked for a blanket because I was very cold, and it suddenly I realised that I couldn't make myself understood. So nobody gave me a blanket, and the dream subsequently took the form of being shut in a dark room with nobody being able to hear me, and I wasn't able to speak or see, and I consequently woke up repeatedly. It happened a lot. But this year I haven't had one. Last year I had 2 of those attacks. One occurred after I had to use eye drops for a minor infection, and of course they temporarily blind you just for a moment, but that was enough to wake me up again at 2 o'clock. And I had a further one because I work voluntarily as well as being a contact worker for Guillain-Barre. I work at our local hospital, and I passed the ward where I had first been admitted and saw the bed I was in. Well, one doesn't give that any further thought, but what happened to me was in the middle of the night I woke, again thinking I was paralysed and blind and unable to move for half an hour. But as I say, after nearly 10 years, these emotional problems have settled, and I am nearly 68 years old and a very sensible lady. But bad dreams dogged me.